So you've got a beautiful sculpture that you're ready to make a mold of, so you can have a bunch of copies, or in case you make a mistake or you want to change material. That's awesome, but what silicone should you use? How do you choose the right mold making methodology? Man, you got to get this right the first time too. This sculpture is probably something you spent a lot of time on. Well, don't fret, we're going to walk through it. I'll help you out. Real quick, if you end up liking this video later, or you just like it right now, or you like some of these things over here, hit that like button for me. I want to make sure that you actually dig this stuff if you dig it. That lets me know I should do more stuff like this. All right, to guide our way through this conversation, we're going to pay attention to three things. What material is the sculpture? What shape is it? And then what are we going to try to cast this out of? Now, as a practical example, I've gone ahead and sculpted this little baby dinosaur and a larger dino egg that will actually embed the baby dinosaur within. It took me a long time. I'm not a master sculptor, but I did my best. I think it turned out pretty good. Those two sculptures will serve as our reference throughout the project. For our dino, this guy is a soft polymer clay called monster clay. It's a medium weight, so it's pretty soft, right? It's gonna bend a good amount, but since it's a polymer clay, it's also gonna be sulfur free. That means we can use tin cure silicones with it, or platinum cure silicones that are normally inhibited by things like sulfur. All right, now our egg is actually a two-part epoxy clay or putty, depending on, I guess, what you want to call it or what the manufacturer calls it. This is not completely epoxy putty and clay, though. That would be a lot. I've actually made a huge foil base for this, then just thinly rolled out the epoxy clay, put it on top, and then added the details like the dino, like spots, and the actual cuts and scratches, the cracks in the shell. We have to pay attention to what material our master is made of, because like this 3D printed Voltpix, it's very cool, but this is made using a 3D printing resin process, and those contain a lot of sulfur, so platinum pure silicones just aren't going to work. Now we have to take into account our second point, which is shape, the shape of the sculpture itself. Some have pretty simple shapes, some have super simple shapes, some have very complex shapes associated with them. Some are 6 feet tall, some are the Statue of Liberty. I mean, the reality is whatever your sculpture is, you're gonna have to pay attention to the shape that it is in order to pick the right silicone and mold making process. Now for the dino, I'm pretty sure I can position him in a way where he's gonna fill up completely without any air bubbles or entrapment happening here. You can see that and how I did that with very, very specific position. If I do it like this, out of nowhere those feet aren't gonna fill. But if I do it like this, those feet have a chance of filling up. The egg, although it's a simpler shape, has some other considerations to it. Because we have a narrower top, a little bit wider of a midsection, and a much narrower base, it means that when we actually cast this upside down, we're gonna need that silicone to pull pretty substantially away from the edges so that this thicker midsection can get out of the mold. Here's the thing, if this already feels a little overwhelming, don't worry about it. We have a massive silicone decision tree that'll take you through all the questions that you might have to get you the right silicone for your project. Literally, I built it over the course of like a few months with some people here and double and triple checked it with all of our chemists too. Like it works, y'all. You should go download it, coat it in epoxy, put it on your wall, do what you gotta do to get the right silicone every time. For this type of application with this dinosaur, we're gonna want something medium soft, a little firm is okay as well. Anything from like 25 to 40 on the Shore A scale is gonna be just fine. So we know the types of silicone we can use now, platinum or tin. We know the hardness range that we're gonna need based on the shape. All we need to think about now is the material that we're gonna do these castings out of later. Most silicones are opaque, you can't see through them, so it's hard to see what's happening inside of them unless you have a wide opening. That's not gonna work with our dino. Our dino needs to be pretty much completely encased in silicone besides a little pore spout. That means a semi-translucent silicone that we can see into the side from is gonna be super helpful here. Now our egg is going to be crystal clear when we do the casting. That means we would also like to know what's going on inside of the mold from our side view instead of this kind of like hard to see in bottom vantage point here. So a semi-transparent silicone for the egg is also good. Another quick point about the egg, we want that casting to be super, super clear. So with this sculpture, I actually did a bunch of sanding all the way up to 12,000 to make sure it was as glossy as possible before I made the mold. Remember, glass in, glass out. If you haven't heard about matte versus glossy mold making, you should check out this video over here. Now we answered all our questions, so we know the types of silicones we can use. For the dino, we wanted a platinum cure, something that was anywhere from 25 to 40, and something that was semi-transparent. So let's whip up some mold boxes real quick. You can use foam core like I did for the egg, or you could use acrylic like I did for the dino. How you make a mold box is really up to you, but if you've never done one before, you can check out this video here about 5 easy quick mold boxes that I just make all the time. Now, since we're gonna be pressure casting this in the other video, I wanna make sure I do future or other Jordan a favor here and get rid of all the air in these molds. To do that, we're gonna degas our silicone in a vacuum chamber after we've mixed it up. For some extra insurance, after I've actually poured these molds, I'm also gonna put them in the pressure pot overnight to cure. That just makes sure that any little baby bubble or something like that was in there gets completely crushed and we don't have to think about it again. If, for some reason, we didn't degas the silicone and there was a bunch of bubbles in the side, when we go to pressure cast that, it's actually going to shrink those bubbles to nothing, and that moves our silicone around a little bit. Once we're all cured up, it's just a matter of cleaning out these molds to get them ready for future castings. You can use soap and water, you can use acetone, or you can do a simple slush cast with a urethane just to get rid of all the debris. So there you go. You now know how to choose a silicone, some of the basic mold making techniques that you'll need to make your sculpture into something even better, or I don't know, make a ton of them as well. If you want to see the resin casting video, you should check that out, and make sure that you're subscribed to our channel. We do a bunch of content like this that we hope is really helpful to you. If there's something that you want to see us do, throw it in the comments below. Or if you have a bunch of questions about this, let me know in the comments. We're in there all the time answering as many of them as we can.